Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going shore fishing a little bit later on. All it is, before I go shore fishing, I always prepare. Before I go, I tie all my rigs, get all my bait ready. So there's very little to do when I'm actually on the scar itself. It's always better to have pre-tied rigs so you're not faffing around in the wind and the dark and the rain with snot all over your fingers and whatnot. Anyway, I'm doing this one in the kitchen. Bait room's a little bit cold. And our lass is out as well, so she catches us. Perhaps get her a kick up the arse for it. Anyway, while she's out, we'll get this one shot. So, yeah, the rig I use, it's a pulley pennel bolt rig. So, obviously based on the pulley pennel. The idea with the pulley rig is when you get a fish attached, it actually pulls your weight up towards your main line and gets your weight well clear while the fish is pulling away. So, that's the principle of it, so you don't snag your leads. How I tie mine, I use Asso Ultraflex. That's my favourite rig line. My main body is £80, and then I've got some Amnesia £30 for the rotten bottom. The rigs are really easy. So I've got my rig body, my rotten bottom. I have a swivel, 2 beads, a canny clip. I've got a 5.0 Koike wide mouth, and also a Koike 3.0 lip grip. I keep everything as simple as possible. On the northeast coast where we fish here, it's not uncommon to lose rigs, so what we try to do is put as little components in the rigs as possible. Also, it sort of helps prevent like your rig snagging in between rocks. Like bulky components will snag a lot easier, so we just keep things really simple. The reason I like the bolt rig, it does tend to hook up, or it has a better hookup ratio than like the normal pulley rig. It's maybe just down to the fish pulling away, or maybe when you strike into the fish or lift into the fish, it's maybe you've not got to strike as far to set the hook with them. So there we go. So anyway guys, let me get on with this rig. We'll make a start. Right then guys, here we go. Start off with the Asso rig body. Pull a little bit off there. So we do then, thread the bead on, thread the swivel on. These are just 5mm black beads from Koike's. In the description I'll put a link in to all the part numbers from Koike. Right, so what we do then, we'll do all this over, and then just thread back through these. Get that, let's just get that second bead in there. Look. There we go, we're through. So I'm going to grab out of that tag in there. Just going to pull a bit of line through here. There we are. So what I like to do on my running section, I like about sort of 8 to 10 inches really for my running section. So the idea is we'll have 8 to 10 inches there. And then where this knot is here, the line will get trimmed, and then that will make your hook length there. So anyway, let me just show you, be easier. Right then, here we go. So there's one, through one time, through a second. There we go. Right, so that's that. A bit of lube. Slide that back. Slide them back to that knot there. Measure off your running piece that you want. There we are, that'll do. Make a loop, go through it 2 times again. Bit again, pull it tight, there we go. What we'll do at this point, take that loop there on the end and trim it. There you go, that's your hook length. We'll do, just trim that tag end off there. Not a massive fan of the big tag ends. There we go. So that's that bit. We do now 3/0 lip grip, just goes on, just sliding. We've got a 5/0 wide mouth for the bottom. Pop him on. I always use this Centurion. I find it so easy to do. Everybody has their own sort of preference and whatnot they like to use on the rigs. Connecting bits and bobs. So a bit of lube again, pull it down, pull it tight. And say, as you'll see with this Asso Ultraflex, there's absolutely no knot memory in the line at all. It's absolutely lovely to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop a couple of wraps around that hook just to keep them out of the way. What we've got to do now is just measure on now for the weight length. So as you can see, I've got the swivels there. Obviously if you've got a weight on this hook now pulling with the fish on, that will pull that all the way through and your weight will lift that distance that you've moved the hook there. So right, let's pull that back through. So ideally you're wanting to set that as your sort of normal length, so you've got that travel in for your weight. So let's take a bit more off there, look. So set them there where the bottom of the hook is. We'll just trim that. Right, I'll put this Canny Link on now. These Canny Links, they're absolute pennies. You get them off eBay, get them from all over in bulk. Again, we'll pop him on. The centre again, dead easy. Back through. That's that bit. At this point, I'd just like to check that I've got the right distance. So what I'll do, I'll get the hook it onto the bait clip bit, and there we are. You can see that the swivel's set and the hook's wet and it will hang up there, and then obviously once the fish is on and that pulls, that's going to pull that weight up out of the way. What we do, got a 30-pound Amnesia there now. Just pop that on there for your rotten bottom. And see, you can, this rotten bottom, you just tie your lead straight on. I say the beauty of these canny clips is you've got a lead holder and a bait clip all in one, so you can actually clip everything down if you want to. And that's it, guys. It's so simple, just like that. There you go, hang them up. That's it. Easy as that, guys. So all we do now, I'll wrap it onto a rig winder for later. There we go. So what I like to do, I'd always like to have 6 or 8 rigs with me before I go fishing. It's always a big part of the trip, is to be prepared. I do all my preparation at home before I go out on the scar. The last thing you want to be doing when you're night fishing is faffing on, doing rigs and all the rest of it. See, more often than not there's wind howling all around you, there's rain, your hands are covered in bait. So yeah, the easiest thing, do all your prep at home before you go. Have your rig winders, have your rig wallets. It's just dead easy just to clip on all together there, guys. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you found it useful, give us a like and a subscribe. If there's any other rigs that you want to learn, if I know them, leave us a comment in the comments and I'll get something put together for you. Tight lines for now.